at 95.9 FM. Or for those of you who are tuned in right now to our live stream, you can find us on Locum Productions through Facebook and YouTube. Well, welcome to the Local Musician Spotlight. Of course, instead of Bob Wall tonight, you've got me, Jake the Snake, and I am joined by the ever so wonderful Madeline Hawthorne in the studio tonight. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's good to be here.
Awesome. Well, before we hop along to some tunes, just anything fun coming up in terms of projects or albums?
Yeah, and also just wanted to say before we get started, of course, want to keep things as positive as possible, but I do want to dedicate this show to a good friend, incredible musician, super hard worker, and performer, a member of the Bozeman music community, Joe Knapp, who sadly passed away this week. And so I'm very grateful to this show for putting up Venmo as a way to tip the artist, and just wanted everybody to know that for this show, all of the proceeds will be going to Joe Knapp's family. And so you'll see that Joe Kirshner is going to be the person receiving the money tonight, and that's because he's the one sort of running that whole thing. So just wanted to say that this is for Joe, and we're going to miss him very much.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Joe.
Yeah. He was great. He was an amazing person. He was so supportive of every musician. You know, he was like crazy busy, but, always had a smile on his face and was always supportive of whatever project you had going on. And so, it's just been a hard few days. And I also know that he would say, Maddie, go do this gig. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's good to be here playing music, because that does, playing music always helps.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, with that, I'm working on a record right now. Actually, on my drive here, I was listening to the mastered tracks. I just got the first round of masters from the engineer. So I was blaring those in my car on the way here, which is such a good feeling.
The good old car test.
It's my favorite place to listen to music, hands down. And even pre-mastering, that was the space that I got into to listen to the tunes. And we live in such a good area for driving back roads and blaring your tunes at all hours of the day and night. So that was actually, something that I did before I wrote the record, before I wrote all the songs. I was going through a tough time, like we all were, with the coronavirus and the lockdown and not being able to play shows and having all this time on your hands in this isolated time. And so I actually wound up driving aimlessly for many hours, just listening to different artists that, that just like made me feel good, and it made me feel connected to music, and just reminded me that that's what I should focus on and what gives me comfort. And so anyway, I'm really excited about this record, and so I'm gonna play the songs by myself tonight without the band. They're in Pittsburgh, they're in Philadelphia, they're in Astoria, Washington. They're kind of spread out all over the place. So I'm really grateful I got to work with those guys, and we'll do some shows together in the future. But in the meantime, I'm here. This is my guitar, and actually Joe Knapp sold me this guitar. This is the first guitar that I bought myself with waitressing money and tip money, and he sat with me for hours. And we played all these different guitars, and like he just talked to me genuinely about life and music and everything in between. And so this is a very, very special guitar to me.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you're ready to go.
Sure, yeah, let's play a
couple
tune.
tunes.
Yeah, the album is called Boots, which is also the first track. And let's see. This is one of the first songs I wrote for the record, and I actually started working on this one before the pandemic. So most of the songs were actually written during the lockdown. This is one of the few that I'd started to work on before I had like an idea going. So anyway, the song's called Boots.
Stepping with boots, she's breaking in. Running on James and adrenaline. Hit the pavement, walk a mile. Don't know what she's doing and it makes her smile. Living on the edge, dancing in the dark. Blindfold on, looking for a spark. Still don't know the way, but baby, that's the point. That's how you play the game. Crazy kind of thing. Have you made your mind up? Beside her, ooh, yeah. She don't tiptoe through a resume. Train that wolf, make him sit and stay. Dogs are howling, she makes you move. They'll all be dancing inside a groove. Crazy kind of thing. Have you made your mind up? Oh, crazy kind of thing. Can you walk beside her? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, boots stolen off a mannequin. Ain't that so American? Crazy kind of thing. Have you made your mind up? Whoa, crazy kind of thing. You can't walk beside her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy kind of thing. Have you made your mind up? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy kind of thing. You can't walk beside her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah.
Nice. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We're keeping it loose in here, yeah.
Loosey goosey.
Yeah.
All natural.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
no.
the way to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of fun to write that song and to work on it in the studio. We when like talking about like who inspires you. I think it's kind of hard to pick artists when just thinking about the writing process. I don't know if you experience that as a songwriter, but like, like songs come and you don't necessarily know where they came from, right?
Totally.
Like you have artists that you listen to a lot, but who knows if something that you listened to like forever ago is somehow like just circling and floating around in there. But in general, when it comes to, and I know you're making a record too, when it comes to making a record, it is helpful to have some records, albums, artists that you base some of your sound and style off of, especially if you're working with other musicians, because otherwise, I like when I first had a band, I would do something that maybe other artists do, which probably was pretty annoying to the musicians in the band, which was like, just play whatever sounds right to you, which I think some musicians, probably a lot, even I would appreciate some direction if I'm working with somebody on something.
Right, yeah.
So I'm learning as I'm going. So anyway, one of the artists that we're kind of focusing on her sound and her style is Sheryl Crow. I love her lyrics, and I learned after doing some more research on her self-titled album, Sheryl Crow, that she played most of the instruments on that record and like kind of produced it, which so cool.
She's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
For sure. I remember that record. It's very, very good.
I know. It sounds really good, but it's also simple, and so that was kind of what we were going for with this record, is like, keeping it fairly raw, and doing a lot of live recording together with as much isolation as we could, but also like going into songs knowing that you may not be able to, like, what am I saying here? Like, bring in a piece of that verse or something. So you, like, going into this record being like, okay, like I have to nail this track, this song, like right now, which was cool. Like, it's some good. So anyway, should I play another song?
Yeah, go
off
for
the
it.
record.
Absolutely. Love to hear more. Let's do it.
Just holler if I'm talking too much. Sometimes I do that when I'm nervous. So this song is called Rain It In. Oh, did you see what just happened? That's why you have spare picks on you. Here we go. Back before it all began, headstrong young woman didn't have no hungry hands pulling you down. Was it you fighting tires, racing down the road of liars, broken lights and frayed wires, shooting for the moon, taking off too soon? Hey girl, you gotta rein it in. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with old adrenaline. Fame is just a lonely headship guided by the wind. Rein it in. Oh, a swift cut to your pride from the pity in their eyes, stinging as you broke away, choking on your own advice and bursting at the seams. Hey girl, you gotta rein it in. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with old adrenaline. Yeah, fame is just a lonely headship guided by the wind. I'll rein it in. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thank you much. Yeah. What should we talk about?
Right. Yeah, there you go. I guess in terms of studio process, I know you did mention earlier you had folks from all around, sounds like. Got quite a kind of a star cast there.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, if you're familiar with Brad Parsons or the band Fruition. Okay. So before all of this, before like embarking on this solo project, I was in a band called the Hawthorne Roots, and you and I were talking about it earlier. We toured heavily.
Yeah.
We were on the road all the time, which was really hard and expensive and exhausting. But I would never trade those years for anything, and it's because of trips and tours like we did that I was able to meet some people to help me with this record. And so I met Brad Parsons at our first show in Portland, and he actually opened for us. Which was amazing because nobody knew who we were, and it was a Monday.
Oh, wow.
So like we're going to play this small venue bar called the White Eagle, and actually Mimi. So people who are familiar with Fruition, there's 3 songwriters. Mimi Naja is an incredible mandolin player and vocalist and songwriter, and then Jay Cobb Anderson, who's a guitar player, they both came and opened for us. And they're a nationally touring band, but that's like what they were willing to do to help support us and, bring some people in, which was amazing. And I remember Mimi was like, you need to meet Brad Parsons. Like, you need to meet this guy. He's amazing. He's an amazing songwriter. And so like 3 or 4 years later, I was actually supposed to perform with him summer of 2020 at Northwest String Summit, which is like it was a really exciting opportunity. And of course that fell through as all festivals and live music did. In the year we must not speak about or mention.
The year we must not name.
The year we must not name. So anyway, because of that, we were in touch already, and he was so supportive. Like I remember when I reached out to him about singing with him, he said, "What do you need? Like, how can I help you?" Which I thought, it just like struck me as just showing support from someone that I met on the road, but I hadn't really developed a friendship with yet. And so then it wound up that he produced the record. And so he introduced me to the band.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of owe a lot to Brad Parsons. And then Tyler Thompson, who's the studio engineer, who did an incredible job. He also is the drummer for Fruition. And so in certain ways, I was lucky that he wasn't busy because he wasn't touring. Because if you think Hawthorne Roots tour a lot, you should see Fruition's tour list. They're on the road, I don't know, 200 plus days a year. It's like a lot.
Wow.
A lot. So yeah, anyway, I felt really lucky to have that opportunity. And we flew in November of 2020 during, the second rise of the time, which must not be named.
The second wave.
The second wave. Yeah. And so that was kind of scary to get on an airplane. But I'm really glad that we did, because we made this record, which is like everything for me, to have been able to record 10 tracks and do it with the band, and get it mastered and do the whole thing, and press it on vinyl, which we're going to be doing, which is awesome.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I listen to records. I have a record player, so when you're trying to make those decisions on whether or not it's worth it, which we'll find out if it's financially worth it or not. It's a little scary, but but I love vinyl and I love going into Cactus Records. And it's like one of my husband's and my favorite like Sunday activities is like brunch. And then let's go spend all of our paycheck on records. So yeah, I'm really excited about the whole process, and learned a lot from recording. And every experience is different, right? Yeah. And like you learn from every experience.
For real, yeah, absolutely.
Like what you do differently. The Hawthorne Roots recorded our first EP in the shed in my backyard. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That on the on Second Thought was all done in the shed in my backyard, which took it took a really long time, and it was really hard. And there's some times where I think we were all just like, "What are we doing?" But I learned a lot, and I learned a lot going into the studio with these guys who are all super experienced. So yeah, I'm grateful for every experience.
Oh yeah, the more you do it.
The more you do it, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you can't like, what was one of the things Brad said when we first talked? He was like, I'm probably not going to quote him directly, but he's like, you think at first like every record's going to be like the record, but instead just remember that you're just going to keep doing this. If you want to make records for the rest of your life, then, you don't have to like put so much pressure on yourself to think like that's the one, because it's all just like a part of your process and your life as a songwriter,
Exactly. You keep trucking along. Yep.
Okay. Should I play another tune?
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
All right. Okay, this song's called The Toll, and it's kind of funny. I don't really remember how this song came about. Sometimes that happens. Like, I don't know. You just, you like something, you get like a melody in your head, and then like, I don't know, for some reason you're thinking these words and then just blah.
Right, yeah, it just comes to you.
Yeah, kind of.
You're in the shower, you're in the garden.
Yeah.
Just, oh shoot, I gotta
right. Never
this.
You would never have like a pen and paper on you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like phone recordings, and like I don't know if this happens to you, but when you have a phone recording, can you hear like the band sort of behind you?
Oh yeah.
And so then, when you go back to listen, and it's like kind of not there, so you just sound like an idiot.
Oh no, I know how you feel there.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, this song's called The Toll. I regret some things I've done, things I did when I was young, dealing out the pain I given, broken heart merely driven by fear of loss, of being alone. I regret some things I said when I saw red, blazing eyes, third degree, fired rounds in a killing spree. Then came to the thoughtless words cloud my waking dreams, 'cause I confuse brains with being mean, and shame takes a toll on the road of lives. Hit the brake 'cause you can't press rewind. Ooh. Well, I'm trying hard to make things right, fight the urge to just sit by and let regret wash over me, drown me in the memories, can't take it back. And thoughtless words cloud my waking dreams, 'cause I confuse strength as being mean,
Shame takes a toll on the road of life. Hit the brake, 'cause you can't press rewind. Oh, being strong ain't the same as being mean. And building walls doesn't make a queen. The only traps are in her mind, wishing she could press rewind. Ooh. I regret some things I've done, things I did when I was young, dealing out the pain I've given, fears a road I have driven.
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Actually, funny enough that we were just talking about, you were just saying a little bit about the writing process. I was curious because you make very fantastic music.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to get your, I guess, maybe what's your best advice in terms of approaching songwriting? Maybe for somebody starting out who might be watching you right now.
Oh, man. Okay. So one of the things I'll give a shout out to Music Villa and also to my first guitar teacher, Andrew Hand, who he is not living in Bozeman anymore, but he had a band called Echo Drive that was in Bozeman, playing around the same time Hawthorne Roots was. Okay. And he's an awesome fellow and great songwriter. And so, he started me out with so I decided I want to pursue songwriting more seriously when I was in my early 20s. And part of that was getting better at guitar, and I felt so overwhelmed with trying to figure out how to play the guitar. I don't know. That's everybody's brain works differently, but I decided to take some lessons just to kind of help me get started, which I think if you want to play guitar, getting started is the hardest part. And one of the things that Andrew and I worked on was finding songs that you like and actually breaking them down and breaking them down by verse and chords and writing it out and looking at breaking down sort of the different aspects. What's the melody? What are they doing with their rhyming? And then just start going off of that, which that's studying the people that you admire and utilizing that in your own writing. I think is super valuable. And it helps, it just helps you get started down a path, So that was really helpful to me early on, and learning other people's songs early on gave me ideas for chord structures that I wouldn't have thought about, or rhyming schemes that I wouldn't have thought about. So I'd say that's a great way to get started. I don't know. What do you think? Is that kind of? I
think that's a pretty awesome way to start. I mean, it's more or less what I did as well back in the day. So
yeah, it's kind of different for everybody. But for me, I found that really helpful.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I know you also mentioned Sheryl Crow as probably somewhat of a major influence on you.
For sure.
Do you have maybe a few other particular people?
Totally, yeah. So especially again with this record, we went off of The Style of Wildflowers, Tom Petty's record.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually discovered Tom Petty later in life. My dad sent me his biography, and I can't remember the name of that documentary that came out about him too. But anyway, read the book, watched the documentary, and just learned so much about his process and everything he went through. And then started listening to him. I mean, man, that was late 20s. That was not long ago at all. But just really got into his music and played it a lot. I killed it. I overdid. I just played it so much. But I really value his simple lyrics that are so powerful. That's something I love about Tom Petty. And then also as like a singer and rhythm guitar player too. He's somebody that I look up to. So I was really sad actually, of course, of when he passed. But my dad and we haven't really gone to a lot of concerts, like shows together. My mom was in classical music growing up, and so that's what we did. We would go to her concerts, and we never went to rock shows. And so I wanted to take my dad to a Tom Petty show, and I was like thinking sometime around his birthday, we would all fly, get my siblings and him together. He's in New Hampshire, and we don't get to see each other very often. So I was thinking we would do that, and then we were too late. It's just really sad. So it's like, especially now, after losing live music, it's like jump on those opportunities. Go to those shows. You'll never regret.
Oh, absolutely.
You might be broke, but we can all figure that out.
Yeah, life is short. Why not?
Yeah. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So yeah, Tom Petty, I'd say, is another major influence. And then started getting into like outlaw country too, which I never listened to country before. I just, I don't know. I'll say I was naive. I just wrote it off as all like, like it didn't have enough. I don't even know. Like I guess maybe I just wasn't into it for a while. But listening, personally, I think Chris Stapleton is a great singer, amazing vocalist, and another person who writes fairly simple songs, but the lyrics really, they're very powerful. And Tyler Childers is another one who I love his music very much, and I think that that style of lyricism was influencing me during this record.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, speaking of the record, would you like to play another tune for us?
Yeah. Let's see. What's that? What's the next one I've got? Okay. Yeah. I am talking a lot.
That's all good.
So you guys don't have to listen to my horrible guitar playing.
Oh, no. No, you're selling yourself so short.
I know. I'm
awesome.
fishing. I'm fishing for compliments. Sorry. This song is called Strange Familiar, by the way. Beer cans holstered in cup holders, dashboard littered with souvenirs. Roaches, butts, bottle caps, stickers, plastic figurines. 100 miles more to go and worlds away from you. I see you fight the chain tied to a desk, drive all night, never rest. Empty wallets, empty bars, but I fly free among the stars. To tell the truth, I love it all. Even the cost of rock and roll. So what is this thought I can't explain? Hits me like a brick to the chest, gives me tears, takes my breath. Missing something that ain't there, feels kinda strange, yet familiar. Come on, people, let's be real. Y'all know the price of this kind of deal. When lights turn on and buzz wears off, I'm left with drunks and lonely thoughts. Dreaming of my bed at night, dreaming of you. Ooh. Ha. Don't get me wrong, I love it all. Even the cost of rock and roll. So what is this thought I can't explain? Hits me like a
Western skies slipping by and by and by. Seasons change, I wonder why, oh why, oh why. I can't see what's staring me right in the eye. I can't sleep, you weigh so heavy on my mind. Guess it's a thought I can't explain. Hits me like a brick to the chest, gives me tears, takes my breath. Missing something that ain't there, feels kinda strange. Oh, I guess it's a thought I can't explain. Hits me hard to the chest, gives me tears, takes my breath. Missing something that ain't there, feels kinda strange. Oh yeah, familiar.
Awesome.
Woo.
Very, very, very good job. That was,
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting, actually. An interesting point to hone in on, maybe.
Yeah.
You did mention New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
Is that is that where you call, or is that where you grew up, I should say?
Yeah. So I was born in Boston, and we were talking about it earlier. Both my parents were involved in music. My mom went to the New England Conservatory of Music, and my dad went to Berkeley originally for jazz guitar. And then he actually switched gears completely, and he went into international relations, and then wound up getting a job in New Hampshire. And so we all moved there when I was 9, and I was there until I came to Montana when I was 18. So yeah, East Coast. By birth, I didn't learn how to drive a car in Massachusetts, so therefore I'm not a masshole. That is my dad joke right there.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, and then moved to Montana when I was 18.
Would you attribute maybe some earlier artistic, musical, or even just life influences from being in New Hampshire specifically? Because I know that's a very foresty, kind of hillier. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Nice little pocket.
Great place to grow up. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Because I did start, my parents got me my first guitar at 16 as a Christmas present. That was awesome. And so I started writing at that time, just in my room. That's where we all start. And so, my parents, like I said, they were heavily influenced by, and what they chose to listen to a lot was classical and jazz. And so then when I started, getting a little bit older and, finding my own way, I started getting into more folk music, which actually brought my mom and me together at a time when, I was being a horrible 15, 16-year-old teenager. Sorry, Mom. But, so then Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Joni Mitchell, it kind of rekindled her love for that music that she listened to in Southern California when she was my age. And so there was a lot of folk influence and some classic rock influence that, in a very similar way to Montana, driving. And man, those back roads in New Hampshire are stunning. And so I spent, I'd borrow my dad's Volvo and that was my freedom too when I was young. It's so hard to be a teenager and in high school. It's tough, and you're going through a lot, and your car and your music, or your parents' car because you don't have one, and your music is, it's like a space where you can be happy, be sad, be angry, all of them at the same time, So yeah, that was definitely an influence in my early songwriting for sure.
Like a good escape to go through all the motions, work through everything.
Yeah, and just like scream in your car, like, ah!
Right? Yeah.
I'm so angry and I don't know why. Yeah. Oh, I don't miss those days. I gotta be honest, man. I don't.
I'm right there with you.
Right? It's good to be here now. Oh. Though I would say middle school was almost worse, but
that's a pretty tough time.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Right. That's totally fair.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Should I play another tune?
Down for another ditty.
Yeah, another ditty.
Awesome.
Okay, this song's called Joker. Little white bags and sticks of carcinogen, empty bottle shelf, the pain again. 'Cause I thought it might change this time around. You know, I bet it was obvious to the circle outside of you and me, but I was lost in us. Well, got caught in the rhythm and it tripped me up. Yeah, it tripped me up. You know it fucked me up, the poison consequence. So go ahead now. I know what I was to you, a house of cards that stacked untrue. So get out of this town. She don't know you like I do. The joker that'll make you a fool. The joker that'll make you a fool. Yeah. Voodoo lady with a spoonful of honey, you sugarcoat the truth and take all my money. Why do I only hear what I want them to tell me? I knew you weren't my friend. Your eyes would lie if they ever met mine. How could I let you do it to me over and over and over and over again? So go ahead now. I know what I was to you. Departure time was long and overdue. So get out of this town. She don't know you like I do. The joker that'll make you a fool. Oh, stomach turns like ice in my jar, and head still spins as I drive away in my car. Lines I step on stage, open my mouth and swallow the grenade. 'Cause I'll be fine. Guess all I ever need is time from when I fuck it up. So go ahead now. I know what I was to you. No surprise when it comes to follow through. Yeah, you're free of this town, free to do it like you do. Hold your breath till you
Ah, lovely.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to go through these songs, go through them, play them. I hear them grow with this recording. It's been awesome to work with people that are supportive of my voice and the message. I worked with Brad Parsons for 2 days before starting tracking, and we just went through the songs and we trimmed the fat, as they say, when it comes to what's necessary, what's needed in your songs. And I mean, that's up to you. If you want to keep it all, But I was willing to let go of some things, and it really helped the songs, I think, just become what they are now. So I'm grateful for that experience. It's a learning experience for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. How we doing on time?
We're trucking along. We got about 12 minutes left. 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Well, before maybe we do a couple more songs,
yeah,
I had one more question for you.
Shoot.
So, I do know that shows are beginning to ramp up again all around the area with folks getting vaccinated and things becoming more and more maybe edging towards normalcy. Mm-hmm. And I was curious about your touring schedule with shows.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got at least a few shows lined up pretty soon.
Yes. So I'm doing a lot of acoustic shows. Like I said, the band's kind of all around the country. So my website, MadelineHawthorne.com, has my tour schedule on it. And you can actually subscribe to the Bands in Town account, and then you get notified, which is cool. I really appreciate that service, which is free for artists to use, which I think that's such a great thing to have. So anyway, I'm playing in Bozeman, Big Sky, Missoula. I'll be doing some shows in Idaho, and it's gonna be a busy summer, and I'm really looking forward to playing music again. I do also have a band with some really amazing players: Sean Lehman, Tyler Schultz, Brett Goodell, and Joe Kirshner. And we're like deciding on our name right now. We need to have it figured out by the end of May. So
that's exciting.
But so I'll have some band shows with those guys too, which is going to be really fun. So just keep in touch on Madeline Hawthorne on all the stuff, all the things, all the social media things. I know we're all trying to be better about that and stay off. But the fact of the matter is, as artists and as creatives, we do rely on these platforms, and so those are some of the places where, if you don't like social media, that's okay. My website has info too about where I'll be playing. So thanks for asking.
Of course. You hear that, folks? You know what to do.
Yeah. I am also 1 week from now launching a Kickstarter campaign for my record. I was able to raise the initial capital to get the record completed, which was important to me to just show how committed I am to getting this done before I ask for help from my friends and fans. But at this point, to really give this record a good shot by being able to tour it and being able to hire some help to promote it, that's what this Kickstarter is all about. So that information will be on my website as well. And again, that launches a week from today, which is May 19th.
Oh, exciting.
Woohoo.
Woohoo, yeah.
It's scary.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, awesome. Well, we'll probably get to do this again, but thanks so much for having me here. And
of course. Thank you for coming.
It's great to be here and talk about music.
So. Always a pleasure to talk about music.
Right? Yeah, let's just do that all the time.
Right. Well, if you want to do another tune or two, we got a little bit of time.
All right, let's do it. This is a song called "Down to the Riverbank," and it's for all my river family. I'm getting ready to put on the Dearborn just a couple days, and float down that river, and I've had some opportunities to spend some time on some really amazing rivers in Montana and Idaho, and it's been really healing for me. So yeah, let's protect our rivers, people.
Honeysuckle pulls the corners of my mouth, 'cause you and I meander on the line. Oh, let us make this moment last and leave the rest behind, as the current pulls us far away from time. Oh lover, would you take me down, down to the riverbank? Cottonwood Grove, where you and I don't have to think about nothing except you and I, yeah. Don't feel no anchor hanging on, I'm just easy letting go of tears and fears and angry years weighing on my mind. Make this moment last and leave the rest behind, as the current pulls us far away from time. So lover, would you take me down, down to the riverbank? Float me through the cottonwood grove, where you and I don't have to think about nothing except you and I, yeah. Down to the riverbank. Let's float through the cottonwood grove, where you and I don't have to think. So lover, would you take me there to the river's edge? Love me underneath the stars, where you and I don't have to think about nothing except you and I, about nothing except you and I, yeah, yeah.
All right.
What do you think? Do we have time for one more? Yeah?
Yeah, go
All
for
right.
it. Yeah, might as well.
Might as well. Cool.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, stop talking so much, Maddie. Play music. All right, here we go. This song's called Pendulum. Woke up alone, feeling agitated. Head not quite throbbing, but a bit aggravated. Landed the plane, but sure could have crashed it. Still got the shakes from the turbulence. Oh, my pendulum swinging pretty hard. We're picking up momentum, taking things too far. Is it just me, or is it gravity? Time to get this under control. Well, I keep on counting steps I've been taking, waxing and waning, too much self-berating. I'm searching for my center, like a needle in a stack. Well, ashes, oh ashes, I'm falling down, Lord. My pendulum swinging pretty hard. We're picking up momentum, taking things too far. Is it just me, or is it gravity? Time to get this under control.
to go. Standing on the sidelines, waiting for my turn, while good days keep passing me by. Oh yeah. Nearing the end of my day, top of a mountain, I see the runway, but temptation's calling, my engine is stalling. Guess my thoughts from this morning didn't resonate at all. My pendulum swinging pretty hard, well, picking up momentum, taking things too far. Is it just a me, or is it gravity? Time to get this under control. Time to get this under control. Oh, I got to get this under control, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Woo.
Woo!
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you again so much for coming into the studio today, Madeline. It's fantastic to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jake and Pat Loken.
Yes.
Thank you so much for everything you do. It's great to meet you and chat music with you. And yeah, and again, all the tips from tonight do go to Joe Knapp's family. So yeah, if you want to help, do so. And there'll also be a GoFundMe. So if you don't get a chance to do it now, there'll be other opportunities to help. So yeah, thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you. And again, thank you, Loken Productions and Pat Loken, for all your hard work. We appreciate what you do. Absolutely. And other than that, this has been the KGVM Local Musicians Spotlight on 95.9 FM, as well as through Loken Productions on YouTube and Facebook. This is Jake the Snake, signing out. Everyone, have a great evening. Thank you.